Hello, welcome to our channel Learn to Score. In this video, I'm going to discuss logarithms from 10th class real numbers chapter. I hope you like the video. Please subscribe to our channel for regular updates. Thank you. Let us now quickly recall exponents. 81 can be written as 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, right? That is equal to 3 power 4. In 3 power 4, 3 is called base and 4 is called exponent. Please note this. 81 is also read as 4th power of 3. When you write it as 3 power 4, you say that it is 4th power of 3. Writing a number in the form of base raised to a power is called exponentiation. In the case of 81, that was the number, we have base as 3 and power as 4, right? We have expressed 81 as 4th power of 3. 81 can be written also as 9 times 9, that is equal to 9 square, right? In this particular case, base is 9 and 2 is the exponent, right? So now I can say that 81 is second power of 9. Got it? 8 can be written as 2 times 2 times 2, that is 2 cube, right? In this case, 2 is the base and 3 is the exponent or power, right? We say 3 is the power or 3 is the exponent here. 4 can be written as 2 square, right? Here, this particular 2 is called base and this particular 2 is called exponent, right? 2 is the base and 2 is the exponent also. 2 times 4 can be written as 8. We have already seen that 8 can be written as 2 cube, right? 2 times 4 can be written as 2 power 1 times 2 power 2. 4 is 2 square and 2 can be written as 2 power 1, right? You may recall the first law of exponents, that is a power m times a power n equal to a power m plus n, right? As per this, if you compare, I can say that a is 2 and m is 1 and n is 2, right? So 2 power 1 times 2 power 2 can now be written as 2 power 1 plus 2, that is equal to 2 power 3, right? You have seen that 2 times 4 can be written as 8, that is equal to 2 cube. So we have expressed 2 power 4 in their exponent form and then got the same answer, 2 cube, right? In this process, what we have done is we have converted the multiplication problem into a problem involving addition of powers. Please note this. 27 times 81 can be written as 3 cube times 3 power 4, right? 27 is 3 cube and 81 is 3 power 4. Now, as per the first law of exponents, we can now write it as 3 power 3 plus 4, that is equal to 3 power 7, right? What we have done is we have converted the multiplication problem into addition of powers when we have expressed those numbers as the exponents, right? 81 divided by 27 can be written as 3 power 4 divided by 3 cube, right? Let's quickly recall the second law of exponents, that is a power m divided by a power n, that is equal to a power m minus n, right? As per this, now I can write 3 power 4 divided by 3 cube as 3 power 4 minus 3, that is equal to 3 power 1, that is equal to 3, right? 81 by 27 is equal to 3. In this process, what we have done is we have converted the division problem into subtraction of powers. Got it? Let us now learn to write exponents as logarithms. 10,000 can be written as 10 power 4, right? Here, 10 is the base and 4 is called exponent, right? We say that 10,000 is expressed as 10 raised to power 4. when you express some number as a base raised to a power of something, then we say that that process is called exponentiation, right? There is another way to express 10,000, that is called not only 10,000, any number for that matter, that is called logarithm. We are going to learn about logarithms now. 10,000 can be written as log of 10,000 to the base 10 equal to 4. Log of 10,000 to the base 10 equal to 4. This is read as log or logarithm of 10,000 to the base 10 equal to 4. Look at this. We said 10 is the base and 4 is the exponent, right? When you apply logarithm to this particular equation, 10,000 equal to 10 power 4, then what happens is the base 10 is going to be the base of the logarithm. That's why we said that log of 10,000 to the base 10 equal to 4, right? The exponent is going to be the resultant of logarithm operation, right? Now let's look at another example. 64 can be written as 8 square, right? Here 8 is the base and 2 is the exponent, right? Now when I write it in the form of logarithms, I'm going to write it as log of 64 to the base 8 equal to 2. Let me read that. Log of 64 to the base 8 is equal to 2. Let us consider another example. 64 can be written as 4 cube, right? Here base is 4 and exponent is 3. So when I write it in the logarithm form, it is going to be log of 64 to the base 4 is equal to 3. Here 3 is the exponent in the case of exponent form, right? Log of 64 to the base 4 is equal to 3. Please note this. 64 can be written as 2 power 8, right? So let me write it in the logarithm form. That is going to be log of 64 to the base 2 is equal to 8. The base 2 here becomes base of the logarithm and the exponent here becomes the resultant of the logarithmic operation, right? Log of 64 to the base 2 is equal to 8. X equal to a power n is the equation, right? Here a is the base and n is the exponent. When you apply logarithm to this particular equation, it can be written as log of x to the base a equal to n. Got it? Base a here becomes base a of the logarithm and power n becomes the resultant of the logarithmic operation, right? It is read as log of x to the base a is n. Please note here that a and x are positive numbers and a should not be equal to 1. Please note this. If a becomes 1, then the meaning of logarithms is going to be lost, or you say that at a equal to 1, logarithms are ill-defined. That's why we say that when you have to express certain number in the form of logarithms, you say that a and x, in the case of x equal to a power n, you say that a and x are positive numbers and a should not be equal to 1. Please note this. Now let's look at a problem. Write the exponential form for the following. Log of 100 to the base 10 is equal to 2. Here base is 10. Please note this. And the resultant of the logarithmic operation on 100 is 2, right? That's why we are going to write it as 10 square equal to 100. Got it? 10 is the base and the resultant is going to be the exponent here. Please note this. Log of 25 to the base 5 equal to 2, right? In this particular case, base is 5. It means we are going to write it as 5 square is equal to 25. The base here becomes the base of the exponential form and 2, which is the resultant, is going to be the exponent. 5 square equal to 25. Let's consider another case, that is log of 2 to the base 2 equal to 1, right? base is 2 here. So let me write it as this base 2 becomes base here, that is, and the resultant is going to be here. So 2 power 1 equal to 2, right? We write it as 2 power 1 equal to 2. Log of 10 to the base 10 equal to 1. In this particular case, base is 10, and we are going to write it as 10 power 1 equal to 10. When you observe these two examples, log of 2 to the base 2 equal to 1 and log of 10 to the base 10 equal to 1, you can say that log of a to the base a equal to 1, because a power 1 is equal to a, right? Please note this formula, log of a to the base a equal to 1. Let's consider another problem. Determine the value of following logarithms. Log of 9 to the base 3. What is the value of log of 9 to the base 3? Let me write it as log of 9 to the base 3 as x, right? Now the base is 3 and the resultant is x. Now I can write this particular logarithm in the exponential form as 3 power x equal to 9, right? Can I write 9 also in terms of 3, right? We can write it. That is going to be 3 square equal to 3 power x. Look at this. The base of both the cases, LHS and RHS, is 3, right? When bases are same, we can equate the powers, because of that we can now write it as 2 equal to x, right? So log of 9 to the base 3 equal to 2. That is the answer. Let us determine the value of log of 2 to the base 8. It can be written, let's say, as y. Log of 2 to the base 8 is equal to y. That can be written now in the exponential form as 2 equal to 8 power y, right? 2 equal to 8 power y. Now look at this. 8 can be written in terms of 2 because I have 2 on the left hand side. Let me express 8 in the form of 2. So it means I can write it as 2 equal to 2 cube, that is equal to 8, to the power y. We know that a power m whole power n is going to be a power mn, right? For that reason, I can write it as 2 power 3y. Now look at this. I have 2 here. I have here 2 power 3y. Since the base is same, let me equate the exponents. That is going to be 1 equal to 3y. It means y equal to 1 by 3, right? Now let's consider another problem, that is log of a to the base a. What is the value of this? Let me call this as y. Log of a to the base a equal to y. This can be written in the exponential form as a power y equal to a, right? Can I write it as a power 1 equal to a power y? When I do that, since base is same, I can equate the powers 1 equal to y, right? So to answer the question, this is going to be 1. To answer the previous question, this is going to be y equal to 1 by 3, right? Now let's consider another problem, that is log of root c to the base c. We have to find the value of log of root c to the base c. It can be now expressed in the logarithmic form as, for example, if I assume that this given logarithm is equal to z, then I can express this in the exponential form as c power z equal to root c. I can write root c as c power half, right? That is equal to c power z. Now, since the base is c same, I can equate the powers half equal to z, right? So to answer the question, I can say log of root c to the base c equal to half. Log of 1 to the base 7. We want to find the value of log of 1 to the base 7. Let me assume that as y. When I do that, I can write this logarithmic, the equation in the exponential form as 7 power y equal to 1, right? Let me write 1 as 7 power 0. Anything to the power 0 equal to 1, right? The reason for writing that way is I want to have base same in both the cases. In the left hand side and right hand side, I want to have the base as 7. For that reason, I have written 1 as 7 power 0, right? Now you equate the powers, equate the powers because the base is same on both the sides of the equation. So it is going to be y equal to 0. Now let me answer this. Got it? Let us now learn about laws of logarithms. The first law, let us consider x equal to a power n and y equal to a power m, where a is greater than 0 and a is not equal to 1. When you have x equal to a power n, we can express this in the form of logarithms, right? That can be written now as log of x to the base a equal to n, right? Log of x to the base a equal to n. Similarly, we can write y equal to a power m also in the logarithmic form, right? That can now be written as log of y to the base a equal to m, right? Let me multiply x and y. X and y can be written as a power n times a power m, right? You may recall first law of exponents. It says that a power n times a power m equal to a power n plus m, right? As per that, x times y is going to be a power n plus m. X times y equal to a power n times a power m. Using the first law, we can write it as a power n plus m, right? Now let me rewrite that. Xy equal to a power n plus m. When you have an equation like this, we can express this in the form of logarithm, right? This can now be written as log of xy to the base a equal to n plus m. Look at this. Log of xy to the base a equal to n plus m. But we have already written that n equal to log of x to the base a and m equal to log of y to the base a, right? So means I can replace the RHS of this particular equation with logarithm forms, right? Let me write that. Log of x to the base a plus log of y to the base a. That is equal to log of xy to the base a. Let's write that. This is the first law of logarithms. It is said that log of xy to the base a equal to log of x to the base a plus log of y to the base a. Got it? Now let us look at the second law. Here also I am assuming that x equal to a power n and y equal to a power m, where a is greater than 0 and a is not equal to 1. As we have seen earlier, let me write this in the form of logarithm. That is going to be log of x to the base a equal to n. Y equal to a power m can be now written as log of y to the base a equal to m, right? X by y. Let's consider x by y. For that, we need to simplify that, we need second law of exponents, that is a power n divided by a power m, that is equal to a power n minus m, right? When you write x by y, that is going to be a power n divided by a power m, right? As per the second law of exponents, it can be written as a power n minus m. Got it? X by y equal to a power n minus m. Now we can apply logarithm to this, right? This can be written in the logarithmic form as log of x by y to the base a equal to n minus m, right? Log of x by y to the base a equal to n minus m. We know n and m are already written in the logarithmic form as log of x to the base a equal to equal to n, and log of y to the base a equal to m. Let's substitute these two into this equation such that it can be written as log of x to the base a minus log of y to the base a, right? The second law of logarithms is going to be log of x by y to the base a equal to log of x to the base a minus log of y to the base a. In simple form, you say that log x by y equal to log x minus log y. Now let's learn about third law of logarithms. X equal to a power n can be written as log of x to the base a equal to n, right? Let us write x power m as a power n whole power m, right? That can now be written as a power nm. X power m is going to be written now as a power nm, right? Now let us apply logarithm to this. Log of x power m to the base a equal to nm, right? Log of x power m to the base a equal to nm. We know the value of n, right? Let's substitute that into this particular equation. When you do that, it becomes log of x to the base a times m, right? Now let me write the third law. Third law is going to be log of x power m to the base a equal to m times log of x to the base a. Look at this. When you applied logarithm to a number which is expressed as power of something, then that power goes this side. That is what we have written here, right? The m which was sitting here earlier has come as prefactor, right? Log of x power m to the base a equal to m log x to the base a. Got it? Let us solve a problem on this concept. Expand log 15. We know that 15 can be written as 5 times 3, right? It means log 15 can be written as log of 5 times 3. From the first law, we know that log of xy equal to log x plus log y, right? When you compare this, 5 is x and 3 is y, right? So we can write it now as log 5 plus log 3. So to answer the question, log 15 equal to log 5 plus log 3. Got it? Let us look at another problem. Expand log of 343 divided by 125, right? Recall the second law of logarithms. Log x by y equal to log x minus log y. In all these cases, actually, if you look at the base is a, right? In the problem statement given, the base is not mentioned. That's why we are not really worried. We simply say that log x by y equal to log x minus log y, right? When you compare the given problem with log x by y, you say that 343 is the x and 125 is the y, right? It means log 343 divided by 125 can be written as log 343 minus log 125, right? 343 can be written as 7 cube and 125 can be written as 5 cube. Let's substitute these two values, 7 cube and 5 cube, for 343 and 125 here. When you do that, it can be written as log 7 cube minus log 5 cube, right? Quickly recall the third law of logarithms, that is log x power m equal to m log x. You compare log 7 cube with log x power m. Then x is 7 and m is 3, right? When you compare this log 5 cube with log x power m, then m is going to be 3. So make use of the third law such that you can rewrite this expression as 3 log 7 minus 3 log 5. I can take 3 as the common factor out of these two terms, right? So that I can write now this as 3 times log 7 minus log 5, right? So to answer the question, log 343 divided by log 343 divided by 125 equal to 3 times log 7 minus log 5. Got it? I hope you like the video. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel Learn to Score. Thank you.